Hello everyone, and welcome to the Little Blue Fly. In today's video, I will be sharing with all of you how I decided to decorate my main Christmas tree here at the cottage this year for Christmas. This tree was actually purchased a couple years ago from Lowe's. I'm not quite sure if they still carry them, but if they do, I highly recommend this tree. The shape, the different variations of the branches that go throughout the tree, the lighting. I love at the bottom, it has this cord where you just press it. I normally just step on it with my foot, to turn it off and on. Not that frequently though. I normally do keep this tree on 24 hours just because I like the glow of the lights. But anyhow, there is going to be the majority of decorating this tree will be in the nighttime, which I absolutely love because we get the true colors, right? And the lighting, and it just makes for a very enchanting atmosphere. So that being said, let's begin, shall we? Okay, so I have pulled back the best that I possibly can. Cannot go any further, but when I finish this room, you will get the whole entire view of the room. But for right now, we are going to be working right here in this area today. And I'm going to start by placing on some of these berry garlands that were purchased from the Flower Gallery in Manassas. They were actually purchased last year. This year he has some like this, but it has the blueberries on them. So I'm just going to start, I believe I'm going to place 3 of them on. And I'm just going to start here around the tree and just place them about. Just tucking them in and making sure that they weave together nicely. When I add garlands, I just don't want them to just be placed on the outside of the tree. I try to tuck them back in just to give it a little bit more interest, right? And then always weave those branches. So I placed just one here in the middle, one will go here at the bottom, and up at the top as well. Now I decided to place a different type of berry garland on the tree as well this year. And there's quite a bit of frosted red berries on this. I believe I purchased this from Home Goods, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so now I have all the berries, garlands that I will be using anyhow on this tree placed in. And as you can see, the one berry garland, wow, there's quite a bit. Even though it's tucked into the tree, it's really standing out. Okay, so I have this red mahogany wood finish pin. This is how I like to cover up, because the berries, they're made out of foam, right? And they like to break and split, and I don't like that. I just don't like the look of a white broken berry on my garland. So I go over it with this wood finish pin. Now, some of you have stated you used fingernail polish, brilliant, or just regular markers, whatever works for you. I just like using this wood finish pin because it makes the berry look like it's aged some. You know, it gives it that, you know, older sort of dried look to it. And down below, I have one of my martini tables. Now, these are in my Amazon storefront. I will make sure to list quite a bit of items that I could find, anyhow, in my description box. So go ahead and click more, and my description box will come up. It's under the title of my video. But I like to place these tables inside my tree just so I can add just a little bit more, right? Not just a tree. I try to get many items about in a tree, and I have limited space here. I'm definitely more is just amazing. So I will be adding in other items. Okay, are you ready for the regal? Because here it comes. This is by Raz Imports. 2.5 wide, 10 yards. This was purchased from the Flower Gallery. He has an amazing Nutcracker tree in his storefront right now. So for those of you that could make it to the Flower Gallery in Manassas, Virginia, you will love it. Okay, so $55.95 for the bolt or $6.15 for a yard, right? Ouch a little bit, but it's designer ribbon, and you get what you pay for, and it will last for many years. So I purchased the whole bolt, of course, and this blue is simply regal. The back is like a gold, but yet it has like burgundy tones in it as well. So we're going to have a bit of fun with this ribbon now. So I placed one large bow up at the top, and then just a few smaller ones down at the bottom. I just took you know, a single layer of ribbon and then just folded it and then gathered it at the center and just placed it on the tree. I try my best to first add my garlands when decorating and then my ribbons. Excuse me, sorry about that. My heater's on in here. I got hot. I'm sorry. I had to move my chair. Okay, so we have ribbon placed even back behind the tree. I mean, just look at this blue. Is it not gorgeous? It is a velvet. There were just fabulous ribbons out this year for Christmas. Now, first we're going to start with these blue nutcrackers that were purchased from Hobby Lobby. They are by Robert Stanley. And I didn't see any of these this year. Normally every year they have the nutcrackers. The blue, it just works so well with the blue ribbon, right? Now I have some red ones as well. One of them had a little accident last Christmas, so I'm just down to 2 of these. Robert Stanley again from Hobby Lobby. I like his little striped pants. And now this fella, he just reminds me of a nutcracker that's in the circus. He also has the blues and the golds and red and the perfect touches of black. And I believe this one was purchased from Home Goods. And this is a Home Goods purchase. You know, they normally have these, you know, with the Christmas bulbs, and it's just one single one inside of a package. And, you know, you do pay a little bit more, $12.99, I think, for one, but they're so worth it because they're so decorative, so many details. And then with nutcrackers, of course, you have to have the tartan. I love the tartan plaid when decorating with the nutcrackers because it just gives that extra old world feel. Enchantment and old world go great with one another. Now I have some big open areas that are in the tree, and many people like to place a large bulb back in there, which is kind of pretty genius, right? To fill things up. Well, I have these small wreaths that have red berries on them. I do not remember. I've had them for a few years. I do not remember where I purchased these from, but they're going to work perfectly to just fill in those little gaps that are within the tree. You know, one can use, you know, like the large Christmas bulbs or the wreath that I just used, or you can place a basket in there. Pictures can go in there. So I'm going to go with another tartan print. It has white in it versus the black, and I will be placing it in just to brighten it up a little bit. So even though I always love adding my touches of black, the lighter colors do work well in certain areas to, you know, just really help bring depth into the tree. I just sort of clustered all three and then placed my other tartan down below. And these are very colorful, fun, whimsy. I'm really loving the green on these. I have 4 of them. There's also, I used one over on the tray, the silver tray to the side. So I have 3 left. They came in a package of 4 from Home Goods. And it's just going to add that whimsy feel. Now, I believe I purchased these last year. I don't think I got around to using these. But they were purchased from Ross for $7.99. And they just have, you know, just a fun, well, an old world feel to them. Has some beadwork. All the different colored sequin up front. I just love these. Mama would have loved these as well. They just have that European feel to them. So, you know, when I decorate a tree, it's just all about, you know, layering it with different, here's another nutcracker from Home Goods, just layering. I like his glittery snow beard and snow hair. But for me, it's just all about layering a tree with the items I absolutely adore. And look at this. Oh, what a Santa we have here. absolutely gorgeous piece. Now, this was also purchased from Home Goods. They get beautiful. Again, they're the single ornaments. I know many of you probably know what I'm talking about. They come in a box and they're normally like $12.99. I believe he was a little bit more though, because he's larger. But I sure do love his golden goodie bag. And now I have just many different single ornaments that were purchased from the flower gallery. I want to bring out the greens and more of the blue, and then a red cardinal, I believe. Oh gosh, don't get me to telling stories. I believe I purchased that from Hobby Lobby. And then I added in clusters of gold ornaments inside the tree as well, and they were purchased from the flower gallery. So I had just 4, and I went ahead and placed them in. Because on the staircase, oh no, I used matte ones on there. So no, I guess I just really did just have 4. And then I have these little mini nutcrackers. Now these, they did come from Home Goods. And I guess because they're smaller, that's why I was able to get them in a box of 4, because normally it is just the single nutcracker. And then Pier 1. So I was just notified by one of my subscribers. Pier 1 just signed contract with Tuesday Morning. So you can now start buying Pier 1 at Tuesday morning. So I was very excited to hear that. Now, as my ornament holder, I used black velvet ribbon on the Pier 1 ornaments. And it's just all starting to fill in nicely. We have, you know, many different shiny ornaments of the blues and the golds and the reds and the greens. Now here, what I decided to do for my tree topper, I just wanted to bring a good balance because I have so much shine going on here in the tree. These are by Regency. I try my best to share the names of all the different greenery that I use. So those of you who are interested can go out there on the hunt and try to find them, because I can't always, unfortunately, I don't always have the time to go and, you know, look up these items. You know, I'm really thinking, you guys let me know, I'm really thinking about starting to go to market. I really am. Just going there myself, buying the floral, and then keeping the stock myself. And then when I share my videos, you guys, if you're interested, you can just come purchase directly from me. You just let me know what you think about that. It's an idea, because it you know, I don't know, I'm just funny like that. I really want to make sure, for those of you that, you know, are really enjoying the items I'm using, that you're able to get some yourselves, right? Because I can only find so many. These are by Raz Imports as well. So I really am thinking strongly about that, just because I work with so much floral here on my channel. Okay, so all of these picks came from, and floral stems came from the Flower Gallery in Manassas. Just make sure to pull the branches apart the best I can, so a good amount of surface can be covered. So I place them up on the tree. Now, when I work with things that are enchanting and whimsy, I like things to tilt to the side a little bit, to not be so structurally lined up and perfect. I just like things to go whatever direction they feel like going in sometimes. these berries are going to be the perfect filler for the tree topper. So I just place them all about here and there. I actually wish I would have had about 5 more. But I'll be happy with what I was able to have. But as you can see, the tree topper up at top with all these natural florals up here, well, naturally faux florals, right? It just helps balance all the shiny goodness that's going on all over the tree. And I just placed these berries all about. I actually wish I would have had about 5 more of these as well. Okay, so pulling back, we have our tree topper finished, our ribbons, all of our different ornaments. I did add in some large red frosted ornaments. And how many of you forgot about the martini tables on this that have been tucked into the tree? I mean, it's really, they're wonderful to work with because they let your tree keep growing. Okay, you see his little mouth there. Well, my baby girl, London Guinevere, every year she says, "Come on, Mom." She opens up the mouth and I have to put my finger in there. And sometimes, oh, she just squeezes it almost to, she's like gritting her teeth and shaking her body a little bit. She really gets me. And she thinks it's so funny. And then other years, she's really nice. But every year, I'm sure to get the little bite by a Nutcracker. This is my Mackenzie Childs. He's just fancy, this one is. He's up on the drum. And there's the Mackenzie Childs stamp. Perfect touches of whimsy. And then I have another Nutcracker. What I like about this one is the gold chain up on his hat. And I'm almost positive this came from Hobby Lobby. And this guy, he's pretty amazing. I actually purchased him when before we moved here to Virginia. We were in North Carolina at New River Pottery. Boy, they put on the presentation there too for Christmas. But this one came from Regency. Velvet, Harlequin, Czech Soldier, and Drum. So I don't know. Maybe there's more out there to be had. He's very lightweight. So I placed the Nutcrackers. You see how that works with the martini tables? It just lets your tree just make that much more of a statement, you know? And I love that. I love having the little bit of extra, the different, you know, what is going on around that corner type of feel. Now I have another martini table over on the other side, and I will be decorating that as well. So I felt, okay, you know, we have all this, you know, wonderful shininess, but let's bring in some old world. And I could have used some real dried oranges and made a garland. That would have looked very nice as well. But I'm sort of limited with my oranges this year, so I actually purchased these faux orange garlands, and I do have them linked in my description box. There are only a few left. I'll share the tag. It is by Raz Imports. And I did pay $29.75. But, you know, it will last for years to come as long as you take really good care in the way that you package your items away. So I just wanted to add little touches of orange up in the tree, just to stay true to that old world feel. And to add in that orange, that luscious orange color with all the blues and reds and greens and golds. This tree just has placed the largest smile on my face. Okay, here is what I absolutely love decorating with. And it is the tinsel. How many of you remember as children our parents saying, okay, just one or two at a time. Don't put too many on the tree because it will clump up. I remember that so well. I also need to share this. The Flower Gallery of Manassas, they are having their 46th Christmas open house. It is taking place this weekend, Sunday, December 4th, from 10 until 6 o'clock. They're going to have many different gifts there, wines, greeting cards, cash and carry items, door prizes. And here is the phone number and the address down at the bottom for those of you that are interested in attending this wonderful gathering. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I have.